long. Still getting over cue the music. Still getting over the flu. Not feeling real good. Feeling really bad, but I got a big announcement. Big announcement. And I'm about to play you the trailer for said announcement right now. Here it is. Enjoy. And tell me you aren't damn excited about this. Here you go. I give you the Fantasy Showdown. If you thought the Throne League was big, you ain't seen nothing yet. 96 owners in this league. I'm putting 8 copies of each player into the player pool, which means your team will look just like a team in a 12-team league. The winner of this league is going to get an Amazon Fire 7. 8 times 12 is 96. If you throw 8 copies of every player into the player pool, each round will have 96 picks in it. I know that sounds crazy, but when you think about it, Christian McCaffrey will essentially dominate the first 8 picks. The draft hasn't happened yet. This is a graphic to show what it would look like, but this would be not even half of the first round. There's 96 picks in each round. This would not even be half of that first round. Look at how McCaffrey's going to dominate the early picks. Cook, Elliott. You're essentially looking at a combination of McCaffrey, Zeke, Barkley, Cook going from picks 1 through 32. It won't be until pick 33, 34, 35 you start seeing other names get into the mix. It's a total point race. You can't do a playoff with this kind of thing. A long draft with a 3-hour timer. The timer will be off at night. It's a redraft league. We will redraft this each year. Scoring will be standard PPR. There might be a slight change in the QB scoring. Here is another twist to this. 3 bench spots. You only get 3 bench spots, which adds a dynamic of strategy that is going to make this league the most fun league ever assembled. There will be so much strategy involved in, hey, do I take this player? He's going to share the same buy as that player. With only 3 bench spots, I need to worry about who I'm going to cut each week when I make pickups. Here's another twist. No waiver wire order. Always first come, first serve waivers. Always. There is literally no commission that will be needed by me in this league. It's always first come, first serve, which means this league will be the most active league you've ever been involved in, because you can pick up a player whenever you want. Did I mention 8 copies of every player? There will be 8 Christian McCaffreys available to draft in this league. The one caveat, you can only own 1 copy of any individual player. You can't have 2 Christian McCaffreys, but 8 Christian McCaffreys will exist in this fantasy football pimp land. You're all going to be pimps. I'm anointing you. I'm anointing all of you pimps temporarily while you're in this league. And who's going to win? Who's going to be the top pimp in this league? Your team will look the same as it would in a 12-man league. I'll be giving away seats to my community, of course, but I'm going to allot a certain number of seats to give away to other fantasy page communities. How do you get a seat for your people? If you are a fantasy page, you know the drill. Make a case in your stories that you want seats for your community. If you want your community in, not only will you get a seat as the page owner, the leader of your crew, your community, but I'll give a certain number, I'm not sure yet how many, but a certain number of seats to those community leaders. So for example, Bob has this fantasy page. I give Bob a seat and 2 or 3 to give away to his community. He can do what he wants to give those away, create buzz, recruit people, but represent your community in this league. The Fantasy Football Show community, I will be giving a large portion of seats to. The Fantasy Football Showdown, Battle of the Pimps, man. Get ready. It's going to be the biggest league you've ever seen in Instagram or across YouTube or anywhere. This draft is going to be insane. 8 copies of every player is insane. Who will be the last pimp Who will be the last pimp standing at the end of this league? Who will have the most total points at the end of this league? Who's going to have the best strategy and approach when you only have 3 bench spots? And you've got to do a cycle of dropping and adding all season long. Fantasy pages, if you want in, make some noise. Post a video on your story. Show me that your community wants in. Not only will you get a spot, I will give a handful of spots for you to give away to your people in your community. And don't get all butthurt if you don't get in. There will only be so many spots to give away. Yes, 96 is a lot, but when I'm trying to give them away to communities and batches, there's a chance you won't get in. Not everybody can play in this league. So if you want to get in, don't ask and complain in a DM or in a comment. Show me. Have your community show me. Be loud. If you're not loud, why the hell would I let you in? Get to work. If you're in my community, let me know down below in the comments if you want in. I will not be choosing from the comments. I will be coming up with a process. Don't you worry. When does the draft begin, you ask? Honestly, probably really soon after the 2019 season ends. It's probably going to be the day after the NFL Super Bowl. We will kick this draft off. Oh, is that too early for you? Are you worried about injuries? The same injuries that anybody could face? Well, then maybe this isn't a league for you. Put your big boy pants on and buckle up. I don't care if we're drafting early. You don't have to be in the league if you don't want to be in the league. So don't complain about the timing. Don't complain about things being too early. I don't shut down at the Fantasy Football Show. There is no off season for me. There's no off season for you if you follow my stuff. Get ready. This will be the biggest freaking fantasy league on the planet. Everybody's going to want a seat in this league. And if your fantasy page that you follow isn't getting active with this and trying to secure you a couple spots to give away within your community, get on them right now. Let them know, I want to be in the Fantasy Football Showdown. And tell your fantasy page you want to see them in the Fantasy Football Showdown. This league is going to be crazy. Did I mention prizes? The winner of this league is going to get an Amazon Fire 7. Don't think for a second that other prizes won't emerge, but I'm giving away this to the winner. Get your pages ready. If you're part of my community, get ready. Comment below. Tell me how excited you are to get in this league. I can't wait. The Fantasy Showdown. Let's do it. You saw it there. Still a little under the weather. We're now live again. So that's the league, guys. I know a lot of you are going to want to be in it. I wish I could give spots to everybody. How I give them away is going to vary. I just kind of kick the idea off. So I'm going to get into that. I will knock some pimps on Van Buren to get in this league. So big timer, I've got good news. So this is how I plan to do it. In a nutshell, in case you missed the beginning, I'll explain the whole league real quickly. 96 owners, 12 times 8 is 96, which means I'm going to put 8 copies of every player into the draft pool, which will make your team essentially the same as a 12-team league. So at the end of the draft, your team will look as full and well-rounded as a 12-team league because there's 8 copies of every player. Now, I'm going to give a big chunk of the seats to you guys, to my following, but to share in the wealth, to get this thing promoted, to get it big, I'm going to probably dedicate over half of them. So maybe half or so should go to us. The other half will be divided up between a bunch of other fantasy communities. The more promoting they do, the more they get people to notice the league and talk about it, the more seats I'll probably give that community. So if it's a big page on Instagram or YouTube channel and they're going to promote it and talk about it, I'm going to give them a handful of seats to give away, and they get one as well. So that's how it kind of is going to, like, the seats are going to get given away through promotion like that. Question in here was, you're a part of different communities. How is that going to work for you? Well, honestly, if I'm giving away probably more than any other community by a lot, you're probably better off trying to go through the show. But I'm also going to do a bunch of contests. So the very first contest right now is on my Instagram stories. And it mainly just says, hey, best video clip submitted to me in a DM on my Instagram of them promoting the Fantasy Football Show is going to win a locked-in seat You'll be seated before anybody else. You'll be at the table waiting for your draft. So if you want to say, well, how do I get in? How do I get in? I'm going to be doing these contests a lot. I'll just be giving away a seat one day. I'll give away a seat, give away a seat, give away 4 seats, give away 2. Best video submitted, DM me on Instagram at The Fantasy Football Show. Best video submitted of you promoting the show, walking into a sports bar, getting on your knees and going, The Fantasy Football Show, whatever. Going down Van Buren big timer. Hit that like button. So, first giveaway, check out my stories, submit a video to me, try and grab that spot. You have 24 hours to submit that for that giveaway. So the best video clip entry is going to win a seat at this table. It's going to be an awesome league, man. That if you guys thought the Throne League was going to be big, this league is going to be huge. And we'll see. We'll see if sites like the headline, shows like the Headliners want to get in on this, or if they just kind of want to stay on the outside. I'm not sure. But if their community wants to get some seats, they got to get the Headliners involved. And I'd gladly give them a spot, and they give them like 5 spots to give away to their community. Same thing with guys like Big Dog and Fantasy Couch. If they want in, I'd gladly give them a spot and a couple to give away to their community. So we'll just kind of see who makes noise. But if a fantasy page or a fantasy show doesn't want to get involved, and they're not going to promote the league and talk about it and make it fun. Jarrett says Dr. Raj better be in the league. Okay, so Dr. Raj is already locked in, no question about it. And I think I've given him 5 seats to give away. So he will be giving those away. So Dr. Raj is locked and loaded. But it's going to be awesome. Try not to vomit on the live here, because Smitty's still under the weather. A little bit of flu still going on here. But yeah, dude, this is going to be, this league is going to be off the hook. It's going to be so let me explain a few other aspects to it. Only 3 bench spots. We're going to go 1 running back, 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 1 tight end, and 1 defense. No kicker. Kickers are 1 defense. Excuse me. Oh man, I might hawk up something, hawk whatever, live on the show here for the first time. What was I saying? Yeah, so no playoffs. It's going to be total points. It's too hard to do a playoff. It's too hard to work that in. I don't want to commish this thing. I want it to self-drive. I want it to drive itself. And I've planned it out so it's going to work perfectly. I'm not going to do a thing except for get everybody's emails in and entered. And once that's a lot of legwork up front. But what was I saying? Oh, so you're gonna what was I saying? I can't even think of what I'm saying right now. Oh, so you're gonna have 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end, and a defense. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 spots. You're gonna have 3 roster spots. So we have 11 Pepto-Bismol. We're gonna have 11 players on each team. So 96 times 11 is 1056. There will be 1,056 draft selections in the draft. But you only have 3 bench spots. So can you guys imagine the freaking strategy involved in this that no one's ever seen? I've never played it. We're all going to discover strategy as we go. No backup QB. Like, so does that mean that if you draft Lamar and you draft Zeke somehow, and you draft, let's say, try to think of a wide receiver, you literally can't drop one of those 3? You got to make sure that it's just going to be insane to think about that with bye weeks. Like, can you draft that player? You probably can't. Will you go streaming QB more than you ever would because you know you got to make drops along the way? So you're not going to invest in a non-drop player as a QB. How much will this impact tight end value? We don't know. No one's even seen this before, especially the way that it's designed. Will you roll without a position to not drop somebody? That strategy will come into play. I'm basically going to tell everybody that, don't veto anything unless there appears to be cheating involved, but there will be I think maybe a voting process. I think I have to have some sort of voting process because there's so many people involved, but it'll be like something like 20% will have to vote a trade down for it to get overturned. Or 50% or something like that. Benny Snell this week or Madison. Probably go Madison unless news breaks. Can we draft rookies? So that's the thing. I'm deciding between, this will make it even more awesome. What redraft league have you ever done where you've had a rookie draft and a regular vet draft? The answer is probably none. So I might incorporate that into this. I'm not sure yet. But basically we do the draft the day after the NFL Super Bowl. And we kick it off. It could take a long time to do this draft. 3-hour timer. Off at night. So off from like midnight to 7 a.m. or something. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna allow trades. I think that could get crazy big timer. So probably, as I thought about that too, I think you're right. I was just kind of thinking that myself. We'll see. If there's a voting process, it might work. If there's no trading, it makes it a lot more simple and there's less problem that could arise. So I think you might be right on that. You don't know how many emails you're going to create on this league. You might be right. But I'll make sure that I'm not, having people email me through the site or anything. I'm not going to put my email. It could get messy, but it shouldn't be messy. And I'm going to maybe look for an ambassador to be in charge of all this once it gets going. Once I get everybody's emails entered and it's all running smoothly, there shouldn't be any problems. Number one, you drop a player, your fault. There's no reversing. There's no commissioning. There's no commissioner to really reach out to and say, hey, I made a drop. I didn't mean to. That's your fault. I'm going to tell everybody up front. You drop somebody picks them up, your fault. There's nothing to commish out there. Add drops, there's no waiver order. There's nothing that can be messed up. It's total points. If you can't set your lineup, that's your fault. No trading. If we do implement no trading, what possibly mess could there be? It like self-drives. There's try and present one problematic situation for me. If it's first come first serve waiver wire, there's nothing to worry about. It literally will drive itself. I'm actually going to not commish it. How you like that? No IR spots. You have 3 bench players. You have to just figure out the best strategy to win. Nobody else has played this yet. So it's going to be like you discover a strategy as you go, or a way that works for you where you drop a player. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. You'll have a lot of people trying to take advantage of probably starting a player, and as soon as the games go, they literally get in to do waivers and drop players immediately to pick up players. That's part of it. That's all part of it. The strategy will be developed as you go. So, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited about it. But if anybody wants to maybe be the ambassador of this once it gets going, that might lock you into a spot, or that will lock you into a spot. So if anybody wants to volunteer to kind of be not the commissioner once I get it going, so all the emails will be entered, everybody will be drafting, but you'll kind of be there to maybe oversee anything that could arise that I'm not thinking about, or if somebody bails and we need to do so. I don't know. Just need somebody that might take that on. If anybody wants to do that, then you'll obviously get a spot. And round 1 it's going to be cool because round one's literally going to be 96 picks. At pick 96 will be the turn. So the turn's going to be 96 and 97. So if you land the bookend picks, yeah, MT would be the leading candidate to be the ambassador if he wants. I'm not sure if MT will want it. Or Big Timer. I'll keep you in consideration, Mechanic. Thank you. Okay, Jimmy G, I'll keep you under consideration. How many weeks will the draft take? I'm not sure. I'm hoping people pre-draft. It'll help speed things along. I mean, if you're a pick 5, like you're taking McCaffrey, you can literally auto pick the first 8 picks, or auto pick McCaffrey. If you're at pick 10, auto pick McCaffrey, and then auto pick. Try and set up some kind of pre-draft for the next 1 or 2 guys. But there's a 3-hour timer off between midnight and 7 a.m. We'll go Eastern, maybe do 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern. That takes out 6, 7, 8 hours. So divide that by 3. You're looking at about 6 to 8 picks a day. When let's say 10 picks a day. Yeah, that won't work. We have to speed that along. Let's see. Let's say 10 picks a day. We thought this with the Throne League. We calculated kind of like this, and it ended up being like, instead of taking 2 months, which we had the calculation, it literally took like 3 weeks or whatever. So even if it was 10 picks a day times... it could take 2 months, maybe. It could take a month. I guess it'd be half of what the calculation is, because people are not going to just max out their 3-hour timer every time. But with 96 people, and when you do a 12-team draft, I might make the timer 2 hours. I don't know. And if you get auto-picked, you get auto-picked. If you get auto-picked, too bad for you. You could have pre-ranked everything. You could pre-draft. If you don't pre-draft and you get auto-picked, shame on you. So maybe we do a 2-hour timer. And maybe we do off between like 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. or something. I don't know. You just got to know, if you're going to be on the clock while you're sleeping, you should pre-draft. No conferences, most likely. It'll just be total points. Yeah, it'll be on MFL, Corey. It'll be total points. I don't know if they handle the schedule for that size of league, 96 teams. But even if they did, I don't know that I want to go that route. I'd rather just go total points with this type of format. So I'm pretty anxious for this, and I'm hoping you guys are excited about it. I hope you guys try and get that first seat that I'm giving away. MT going to have a lot of business responsibilities this summer. I would definitely help with anything you need, though. Okay. Timer, do you want to be kind of in charge of and I don't know that it's going to be, I don't know that there's going to be anything to do, but if I'm, going nuts on all these other things and there arises a problem where, I don't know, I've got to do something. I don't know. I'd be nice to be able to lean on somebody to do it. If you can't do it, Timer, don't commit to it. I'm just asking if you wanted to do that, and you get a spot. So it's a way to lock your spot in. Brissett's dad. I just want to be in the league. Okay, I saw your message already. Sorry, Timer. I just saw your message, buddy. Smitty, save a few spots for your top super chatters. Got to keep the lights on. MT, if there's one thing I can guarantee is that you have a spot. MT will get a spot. MT, are you on? What's your username on Sleeper U? I'm going to have to rewatch this show, but whatever it is, I'm in. Ben, I'm going to play it again right now, so don't worry. I'm going to play the trailer, and then I'm going to end the show at the trailer. The reason I'm ending the show is because Smitty has the flu, and he's a little tired, so I'm going to go to bed. So, MT, just let me know what your username is. I forget. I don't know if it's MT, but I don't think it is. $96 is huge, but when you think about it, Corey, what I'm doing by putting 8 copies of each player in is I'm just making it a 12-man league. It essentially is a 12-man league because you will have the same exact team you would have build-wise in a 12-man league in this league with the 8 copies. It'll literally be identical looking in terms of strength. Brissett's dad, that's brilliant. You're a freaking genius. You're a freaking genius, MT. MT's idea is genius. The top super chatter on Saturday night gets the spot. Every Saturday night, let's say. Until I don't have spots to give away. And maybe I do that. Thanks, Ugly. And maybe I do that moving forward. That's an excellent idea, Brissett. Or, I'm sorry, was that Brissett's dad? Yeah, Brissett's dad. Genius idea. God, you guys are full of ideas, man. Computer, what was the score of tonight's?
I couldn't find any games.
Let's ask the computer a question. How many yards?
Ask away.
Somebody give the computer some question. Thanks, Mike. Brissett's dad's genius idea. What's up, Long? In fact, the top super chatter tonight is going to get a spot. Just in recognition of Brissett's freaking idea. Nice job, Brissett. Something tells me Brissett's dad's going to get a spot too. But eventually I'm going to run out of spots. Like, it's really easy to look at this chat and want to give every single one of you a spot. Like Ben Diesel, you've been in here for a while. Like, I want to give you a spot like that, just seeing your name. But I literally feel that way about all of you. Mike Ortiz, totally want to give you a spot and totally recognize your name in here. Timer with the super chat. So far, Timer and MT are the leaders. So you guys have spots in the league. I'll help you with whatever you need. Just let me know. Great marketing strategy. Get well soon. Thank you. Mike Ortiz wants to say, computer, what is your primary function?
Here's something I found on the web. According to lumenlearning.com, the management process consists of 4 primary functions that managers must perform: planning, organizing.
Computer, stop. Computer, who's the leading passer in the NFL right now?
Here's something I found on Wikipedia. Bengals quarterback Ken Anderson was the top-rated passer in the league and won both the NFL Most Valuable Player award and the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award.
Computer, who is the 2019 NFL passing leader?
In the 2018 season, Ben Roethlisberger had the most passing yards in the NFL with 5,129.
Did he? In 2018? Really? I didn't know that. I didn't remember that. 2018? Really? Is anybody else shocked by that? I can't wait for the $100 super chat on Saturday, says Percet's dad. That would be amazing. Snell or Madison? I'm probably going Madison. I think Tony super chatted a hundy once. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? Where's who are some of the people that are missing right now? Not in this particular live, but in the shows in general. Tony, Umberger did a hundy. No problem, Mike. Big Ben had AB and Juju. Yeah, I just didn't know he had that many yards. I wonder if... Computer, how many yards did David Montgomery have tonight?
Yesterday, David Montgomery rushed for 86 yards and had 0 receiving yards in the Bears' win over the Cowboys.
Computer, how many yards did Tariq Cohen have last night?
Here's something I found on the web. According to theundefeated.com. For the record, that's 676
Computer,
yards.
stop. She's not quite ready. She's not prime time ready. You could also give away a spot for the most referral codes to Sleeper U. Say something MT sent me. Yeah, that's true. I've thought about that too. That's a good idea. Great minds. Michael Reyes, Snell, or Penny. I'm probably going to go Penny at this point. I think I didn't answer somebody else's question up there. I was so out of it. Snell or Penny? Oh, same question. Penny. Penny for now. What's up, Chris? Okay, so I'm going to play the trailer and then come back real quickly for a goodbye. Because Smitty's got the flu. So here, if you guys have missed it, here's what we've been talking about. I'm going to clear my canvas here. All right, here it is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is a league. The draft is the day after the NFL Super Bowl. Why? Because we're crazy. Are you worried about injuries? Then you don't need to play. Everybody's got the same chance of drafting a player that's injury prone. Use strategy. Here we go. I give you the fantasy showdown. If you thought the Throne League was big, you ain't seen nothing yet. 96 owners in this league. I'm putting 8 copies of each player into the player pool, which means your team will look just like a team in a 12-team league. The winner of this league is going to get an Amazon Fire 7. 8 times 12 is 96. If you throw 8 copies of every player into the player pool, each round will have 96 picks in it. I know that sounds crazy, but when you think about it, Christian McCaffrey will essentially dominate the first 8 picks. The draft hasn't happened yet. This is a graphic to show what it would look like, but this would be not even half of the first round. There's 96 picks in each round. This would not even be half of that first round. Look at how McCaffrey's going to dominate the early picks. Cook, Elliott. You're essentially looking at a combination of McCaffrey, Zeke, Barkley, Cook going from picks 1 through 32. It won't be until pick 33, 34, 35 you start seeing other names get into the mix. It's a total point race. You can't do a playoff with this kind of thing. A long draft with a 3-hour timer. The timer will be off at night. It's a redraft league. We will redraft this each year. Scoring will be standard PPR. There might be a slight change in the QB scoring. Here is another twist to this. 3 bench spots. You only get 3 bench spots, which adds a dynamic of strategy that is going to make this league the most fun league ever assembled. There will be so much strategy involved in, hey, do I take this player? He's going to share the same buy as that player. With only 3 bench spots, I need to worry about who I'm going to cut each week when I make pickups. Here's another twist. No waiver wire order. Always first come, first serve waivers. Always. There is literally no commissioning that will be needed by me in this league. It's always first come, first serve, which means this league will be the most active league you've ever been involved in, because you can pick up a player whenever you want. Did I mention 8 copies of every player? There will be 8 Christian McCaffreys available to draft in this league. The one caveat, you can only own 1 copy of any individual player. You can't have 2 Christian McCaffreys, but 8 Christian McCaffreys will exist in this fantasy football pimp land. You're all going to be pimps. I'm anointing you. I'm anointing all of you pimps temporarily while you're in this league. And who's going to win? Who's going to be the top pimp in this league? Your team will look the same as it would in a 12-man league. I'll be giving away seats to my community, of course. But I'm going to allot a certain number of seats to give away to other fantasy page communities. How do you get a seat for your people? If you are a fantasy page, you know the drill. Make a case in your stories that you want seats for your community. If you want your community in, not only will you get a seat as the page owner, the leader of your crew, your community, but I'll give a certain number, I'm not sure yet how many, but a certain number of seats to those community leaders. So for example, Bob has this fantasy page. I give Bob a seat and 2 or 3 to give away to his community. He can do what he wants to give those away, create buzz, recruit people, but represent your community in this league. The Fantasy Football Show community, I will be giving a large portion of seats to. The Fantasy Football Showdown, Battle of the Pimps, man. Get ready. It's going to be the biggest league you've ever seen in Instagram or across YouTube or anywhere. This draft is going to be insane. 8 copies of every player is insane. Who will be the last pimp Who will be the last pimp standing at the end of this league? Who will have the most total points at the end of this league? Who's going to have the best strategy and approach when you only have 3 bench spots and you've got to do a cycle of dropping and adding all season long? Fantasy pages, if you want in, make some noise. Post a video on your story. Show me that your community wants in. Not only will you get a spot, I will give a handful of spots for you to give away to your people in your community. And don't get all butthurt if you don't get in. There will only be so many spots to give away. Yes, 96 is a lot. But when I'm trying to give them away to communities and batches, there's a chance you won't get in. Not everybody can play in this league. So if you want to get in, don't ask and complain in a DM or in a comment. Show me. Have your community show me. Be loud. If you're not loud, why the hell would I let you in? Get to work. If you're in my community, let me know down below in the comments if you want in. I will not be choosing from the comments. I will be coming up with a process. Don't you worry. When does the draft begin, you ask? Honestly, probably really soon after the 2019 season ends. It's probably going to be the day after the NFL Super Bowl. We will kick this draft off. Oh, is that too early for you? Are you worried about injuries? The same injuries that anybody could face? Well, then maybe this isn't a league for you. Put your big boy pants on and buckle up. I don't care if we're drafting early. You don't have to be in the league if you don't want to be in the league. So don't complain about the timing. Don't complain about things being too early. I don't shut down at the Fantasy Football Show. There is no off season for me. There's no off season for you if you follow my stuff. Get ready. This will be the biggest freaking fantasy league on the planet. Everybody's going to want a seat in this league. And if your fantasy page that you follow isn't getting active with this and trying to secure you a couple spots to give away within your community, get on them right now. Let them know, I want to be in the Fantasy Football Showdown. And tell your fantasy page you want to see them in the Fantasy Football Showdown. This league is going to be crazy. Did I mention prizes? The winner of this league is going to get an Amazon Fire 7. Don't think for a second that other prizes won't emerge, but I'm giving away this to the winner. Get your pages ready. If you're part of my community, get ready. Comment below. Tell me how excited you are to get in this league. I can't wait. The Fantasy Showdown. Let's do it. There you have it. There you have it. Smitty's got a flu, so Smitty's going to go. But just real quickly, this is going to be amazing league. Make for, as MT said, amazing off-season content, crazy scoring teams, It's going to be great. Seclan wants in. Signed Smitty hat. I can do that. We'll give away all kinds of things. But what's going to be more amazing? Do you guys ever think about the concept of the iPhone? So when the iPhone came out, the iPhone changed everything. Everything. When the iPhone came out, Apple had an opportunity to close off the App Store, right? They could have just made Apple-only apps. But what they did is they said, let's open up the App Store to everybody so that everybody can put their app in our phone. And even though you'd think logically, why would we do that? Why wouldn't we just want to create apps so people have to get an iPhone to use that app? Opening the door to everybody created this new user experience that was just beyond comprehension. You didn't even know what was going to develop by them doing that. So if I was to close this off to just our community, we wouldn't grow the same. To get other people to talk about it. And it's such a cool league and idea and concept that, if they're smart for their marketing sake, they'll be okay mentioning it and getting it out there a little bit because it's going to get their people excited and get some cross pollination. They're gonna anybody that promotes this. Let's use Headliners for example. If the Headliners go out there and say, hey, here's this league, we're jumping in, we're going to get 5 spots. I'm going to tell Smitty if we're in, we want 6 spots, whatever. And let's say I give him 6 spots. I give him and Jake and the other guy, forget his name, give them both a spot. They're promoting us a little bit, but they also, Smitty, since I don't have a fantasy page, how do I get in? Hold on, Seclan. So they're promoting us. Yeah, you could say, oh, well, why would another page or show want to promote you? The cross-pollination they're going to get from being exposed to this will be great for them too. So it'll be great for everybody. But my whole point with like the iPhone and talking about that is that letting other fantasy pages get involved will be amazing and spread the excitement and the buzz and the energy in letting them jump in here. If anybody wants to go at Jake and Kyle, that was his name, Kyle. Jake is from Arizona, like me. So are the fantasy footballers. A lot of people are from Arizona. It's crazy. But yeah, Kyle is his name. If you guys want to, anybody knows the Headliners at all, go at them and tell them to get in this league. It's kind of funny though. Some of these sites or these shows that have gotten a little bit bigger this last year, they don't want to mingle with other fantasy shows and pages. I try, dude. I'm not scared to cross pollinate with anybody's community because I feel like our stuff's so cool and good and unique that there's room for everybody to share, users and followers and fans and I don't know. But Seclan, to answer your question, you don't have to have a fantasy page. I'm the fantasy page. I'm the fantasy show. So I get to give my user base X number of seats in this league, in this draft. I'm talking about, I'm going to block off about half of it for us, for our community. And I'll be telling you how I'm giving that away as we go. The whole video, watch this video and you'll kind of get a feel because I talk about it a ton. I know you're joining late, but you get to get your snacks. I get it. But what was I saying? I'm a little bit out of it because I'm on cough syrup or cough medicine and all kinds of stuff. But basically, I was just saying that, so half of it will go to our community, and I'll be deciding how I'm going to give that away. I'll do contests. I'll do all kinds of stuff. Highest super chatter of certain shows will get a spot. Thanks, mechanic. And also, yeah, that's the thing about this is this league helps support others. It helps them support you back. The only question is, do we want to keep it named the Fantasy Showdown? Do you guys like that? Because the show is in it. I think it's kind of creative and crafty, the Fantasy Showdown. Or do we want to rename the entire thing Battle of the Pimps? I'm just saying. Kind of feel like Battle of the Pimps has a really good ring to it. I got that in the corner as the tagline. We could keep the Fantasy Showdown the Battle of the Pimps. It could be like the tagline. But I'm real tempted to rename it Battle of the Pimps. But I think fantasy being in it, show being in it, I think that's good marketing. So I don't know that I want to change it, but I'm definitely tempted. I could be pushed in that direction. Battle of the Pimps, man. I don't know what kind of cough syrup it is. I've got NyQuil, whatever. Any other fantasy video I'll watch, I'll drop a comment in about this. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. I think the fantasy footballers, I've had Andy Holloway on the show before. Good person. They're all really cool guys. But their community, we've gone in there before and dropped links like, hey, get into the Throne League competition, and like the answer to them was the Fantasy Football Showdown Battle of the Pimps. Yeah, that's what we got. That's the tagline attached to the show, to the name, Battle of the Pimps. Showdown is better. Yeah, I like the Fantasy Showdown. I was gonna put the Fantasy Football Showdown, but I'm like, it's just too long. Let's keep it the Fantasy Showdown. James MT says, James, making you mod would be like giving a machete to a toddler. James, you're in training still, okay? 2020 Battle of the Pimps. Then every year change the tagline. What's up, Seclan? Yeah, Seclan has missed it. Computer, Big Dog Crew.
Sorry, I don't know that.
What is it? I forget what I titled that. Seclan missed this, or did you miss it, Seclan? And nobody take offense when you're not on this list. I only ran out of room. What is it? Top Dog. Computer, Top Dog Crew.
Umberger, Tony, Leach, Sands Beach, Big Timer, Suclan, Nick, Giancarlo Torres, MT, Doobie Snacks, Alex Cruz, Rabid Book Fan, Aaron Mohammed, Joe Kuros, Madix, The Silva Brothers, Computer Bob, Mark Cleveland, My Balls Zacketers, Mr. Posner.
Is Brissett's dad in there? I apologize, Brissett's dad. My ball Zaka Ertz. What did she say? My ball Zaka Dirts. Let's see. Brissett's dad. I have Maddox in there, but it won't say Maddox's name. I think I could fit Brissett in there. Aaron, don't be offended. I'm going to make you Aaron instead of Aaron Mohammed because I need room here. Let's see. Brissett's dad. I'm going to put Brissett for now. I just don't have room. All right, let's try it again. Lit, I'm sorry, I ran out. I'll rotate you in. Smitty, it's been a while since I've been in one of your live streams, but still watch your videos. Your advice helped me reach the playoffs in both my leagues. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate you. Okay. Computer. Top Dog Crew.
Umberger, Tony, Leach, Sands Beach, Big Timer, Suclan, Nick, Giancarlo Torres, MT, Doobie Snacks, Alex Cruz, Rabid Book Fan, Aaron, Joe Garos, Matix, The Silva Brothers, Computer Bob, Mark Cleveland, Brissett, My Balls Zacketers, Mr. Posner.
Mr. Posner. All right. I put Brissett in there. Brissett's dead, so you should be good. If you didn't get named and you're really, really, really offended, don't unsubscribe. Little patience. Lit, I could maybe squeeze Lit in there. I was completely out, but yeah, we got smart set up now. Computer studio off.
Okay.
Yeah, buddies. Oh, computer. Studio on.
Okay.
Nailed it. That's what you guys, the super chats have been going toward the improvements of the studio. Do do you approve of of the budget spending so far? I'm just curious if the board, you guys are the board, am I spending properly? I feel like these things are added value. I don't see how somebody could say, "Hey, don't spend on that." I think it's worth it. It's better than a pizza. So, we'll rotate the super chatting. I'll get a pizza pie. Then the next thing I'll get a, smart device. We'll kind of take baby steps toward feeding me and creating technology advancements on the show. Studio is lit, buddy. Thank you guys for helping keep the show going. The clapper is better than the computer. Let's see. Computer, clap.
Okay.
Computer. Ha 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 ha.
When the market closed on Thursday, Hawaiian Holdings traded at $29
Okay, computer, stop.
on the Nasdaq, up 0.65%.
Computer, stop. Snell, Golden Tate, or
I'm not quite sure how to help you.
computer, stop. Go to sleep. This is my job, Joshua. This is my job, friend. I've dabbled in IT type stuff and web design my whole, last 15, 20 years, but I've been doing this for 16 years. And I did get acquired and was writing for another site, and they basically just acquired me, paid me a salary to write for them, but I branched back out and started up sleeperu.com, and then this year the fantasy football show. So still building some of that back up from the initial acquisition that, almost in a sense had me start over, not follower wise. Wherever I've gone, people have, followed over, but I did get rid of some of the momentum from my older site when they acquired me. And, so there was some start over process for it. So Sleeper U has been the main thing until this year. I've added this brand, the Fantasy Football Show, which I hope, it's already kind of rivaling in a way Sleeper U, but I need more endorsements and sponsorship type stuff. Computer, start 3 wide receivers or 3 running backs. Computer, start 3 wide receivers or 3 running backs.
I don't know that.
Yeah, she's not that smart yet. Alexa, hold on one second. Alexa, computer, who would you draft? Hold on.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Computer, who would draft David Johnson number 1 overall?
David Johnson was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in 2015.
Computer, who would draft David Johnson number 1?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, the Arizona Cardinals selected Johnson in the 3rd round, 86th overall, in the 2015 NFL Draft.
Let me try this. Computer, is David Johnson good?
Smitty, no one would be that stupid. You would have to be a damn clown.
Let's ask that again. I don't know if you heard that. Computer, is David Johnson good?
Smitty, no one would be that stupid. You would have to be a damn clown.
Speaking of clowns, what do you guys think about this? What if we don't let the counselor in, but we let some of his followers in and represent him? You know, we give out 2 or 3 seats to his nation, but don't let him play. Adber says dad to the Fantasy Showdown Battle of the Pimps. He's really cool, dude. Well, as of right now, timer. I'm about to throw up on the show, by the way. I'm going to have to bail. I just came on real quick. Just a quick hour. Oh, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing to my body. Let's see. MT. I think it's Big Timer. Yeah, Big Timer and MT for sure. They're the top super chatters of the night. So congratulations to you two. You have guaranteed locked in spots into the show, the showdown. All right. I'm out of here. Computer, studio off.
Okay.
All right, all. I will see you later. Congrats to MT. Yeah, I'm going to throw up. Congrats to Timer, Big Timer. You guys are on your way. You have seats to the showdown. If you don't know, if you just joined, you don't know what I'm talking about, rewatch this video and get ready. The showdown is going to be in full effect. We're drafting the day after the NFL Super Bowl. Why? Watch the video. Add the dude the counselor had a problem with Into the League. Cruz, Smitty, what's going on with Jamal Williams? I don't know. But I don't know why everyone's so high on him too, though, each week. Walter with this. Whoa. we've got a problem, Big Timer and MT. Walter wants in the league. Walter. Okay, so let's see here. Walter, you have to give me some kind of way to contact you now. So can you tell me your IG handle so that I can confirm it's you? Thank you, Walter. Computer, super chat.
Yes, Smitty. Thank you for the super. May I have another?
Thank you, Walter. Walter's bomb. Walter is bomb. Walter, I need your Instagram IG handle. I don't want you to paste your email into the chat here, but I do need an identifiable way to contact you. It's happening, the battle of the monetary values. Well, I think that's why it's important to do the highest super chatter, not everybody that does it, so that we don't have Walter, you don't have any way to give me something that I can, because I don't want you to but I don't want you to paste your email into the chat here. I guess I could delete it, but I know what you can do, Walter. Email me right now. Go to sleeperu.com. Studio on computer. Studio on. Go to sleeperu.com right here. Walter, you listening? And email me something identifiable, just like a weird phrase or something. And then paste that phrase after you've sent the email into the chat here so that I know. Okay, only you and mods can see if it's a web address. Huh? MT? I don't know if I can see. Let's see, Walter. Let me see if I can add you, Walter, to a... The restaurant's slowing. When the season hits, I'm going to be a number one super chatter. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. Just emailed you, Walter said. We got to figure out a better way to do this if we are going to be communicating. Brissett's dad on MT. Brissett's dad says, take a lap, MT. I'm looking for the email, Walter. And Walter, again, I appreciate it. And you should have a spot as soon as I get this email. It wasn't delivered? Did you send it through sleeperu.com? I wish YouTube had a ability to DM somebody in the chat. It's pretty ridiculous. Let me see if I can do something here. Who are you guys predicting to be big busts in week 14? All right, Walter. Let's see. Walter. Saints or Niners, you know I'm rolling with the Saints. Nope. Alex, I'm going to say the Niners are going to win that one. Can you, Walter, this is going to be tough because I don't know how to verify you. So can you create an Instagram or create some kind of handle? I don't know. I don't know how you aren't able to email me. John Brown bust this week, says Z-Man. He could. Would you rather have Drake, Singletary, or Pascal? I'd say Singletary. Aaron Rodgers. The Bears. Okay, just paste it in real quick and then I'll delete it. Okay. Nobody email him. Nobody email him. Yeah, just do it. Oh, it did hide it. You're right, MT. Okay, I'm gonna email you real quick. Okay. Check your email. Walter, check your email. If you got that, we're good. And Brissette's dad, I need you to email me. Do I want to make a bet, Alex, for what the game? The 49ers versus the Saints? Yes, I'll make a bet with you. Okay, you're in. Let me put you in as a team. Hold on one second. Let me pull this bad boy up. You'll probably be getting an email at some point, but you have a team. Just rewatch this video. What the hell are you talking about? Alex says. Why are we emailing? So Alex, yeah, rewatch the video. At the very beginning, I play a video. You're okay, Juice. Watch the video and try and get a spot in this league by doing all the different things that I'm gonna have for giveaways and stuff. So if you go on IG on my stories, I have a seat that I'm giving away in this draft. But this draft is a 96-man league, and it's gonna be great. Okay, I have to get off. It's already an hour and 7 minutes. I was just gonna come on for like 10 minutes. Oh, mechanic. Oh, mechanic. All right. I got to end the stream so I don't get any more because then I have to keep giving the spots away because I'm giving them away. I was supposed to give away one to the top super chatter, but now that I've already given it to Walter, and then Mechanic comes in and drops this beast. Mechanic, I'll message you on Instagram. But nice work, pal. Mechanic wants in $24.99 top super chatter. Don't worry, Walter, you're still safe. But I need to make some kind of preface, something like if you get outbid, unfortunately, you're not going to get it even if you had like a $20 super chat. Okay, Jordan, we'll keep you in mind for sure. We're giving away a spot to the top super chatter of the show, and that is the Mechanic. But Jordan, Saturday night, the highest super chatter will get a locked-in spot. So I really appreciate it, Jordan. Computer, super chat.
Yes, Smitty. Thank you for the super. May I have another?
Yes, you may. All right, guys, appreciate all of you. You guys rock. You're the best. And get ready. If you don't know what I'm talking about, rewatch the video. Peace out. And Jordan, there's also a contest on, if you go to my Instagram and you click on the stories, you can see that I'm giving away a seat to the person with the best video entry of promoting the show. So like walking into a restaurant or something. I'm going to need to take out a loan for this, Alex said. No, Alex, you can win it the other way. Like the video contest that I have. Okay, I'm looking for the email. I'm looking for the email. Brissette's dead. But Jordan, if you want to win that spot, or Alex, if you don't want to do any, super chatting isn't the only way you're going to get in. Brissette just had a great idea to do that. I'm going to be giving them away to just awesome followers. You know, it's not going to all be you have to buy your way into it. It's not really the point. It was a good idea by Persist Dad, but I don't want it to turn into that. It'll be fun to do that on occasion, like on Saturday nights we might do that. But you're gonna send it through TikTok, sure, that's fine. But that's a way to get a spot without spending money, so you don't have to break the bank. I'll be giving away a lot of spots for stuff, for tagging, like tagging people, getting the most subscribers, legit, real ones, not fake ones. So Jordan, definitely check that Instagram story out where or just you can just listen to me now and send it, but basically send me a video clip of you promoting the show in the most creative or cool way, and the person that within 24 hours, the person at the end of 24 hours from about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, at 24 hours end, I'm going to select the winner, and that person gets a spot. No money needs to be spent or anything. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Mechanic, thank you. MT, Big Timer, Walter, all of you guys, you rock. Jordan, thank you so much for the super chat. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to get some rest. This flu's killing me. Later.